corruption of this present age. And it's a simple truth that sinful man ruins everything. The Lord has given us so many good gifts. One of the great gifts that He's given us as the Church of Jesus Christ is the sacraments. And the Lord's Supper is a sacrament intended to bring us together. The very first church conflict I ever had to deal with, not the very first. The very first in another church, not counting the church plant, but anyways, was over the sacrament, over the Lord's Supper, over something that was said, over even a judgment that was made about the Lord's Supper. And what the Lord intended to bring us together kind of drove us apart. And that's the reality of sin in this present age. This ruining touches love and joy. Now, love and joy are two we always think of as good things. And yet men today, are they loving? Oh, they're very loving. They love themselves. They love pleasure. They love money. They have the wrong kind of love. They've ruined something that's good. And then we see the definition of love changing, don't we? Just like joy. God has given us a world to enjoy, but then what does man do? Puts the creature in the place of the Creator and worships the wrong things, takes joy in the wrong things. Of course, this ruining touches war. Now, war is a result of sin and is a consequence of sin. And yet, we'll see on the next slide that the Lord has given authority and has appointed means to defend yourself. There is such thing as a just war. But sin ruins even that. In fact, one of the things that we see today, this ruining pits love against judgment. If you really love somebody, you will not judge them. That's what the culture around us tells us. And it pits, if you're judgmental, you're not very loving. Now, what I thought of today, and it's so true, that if you're loving, you will be judging. It's an expression of love. When we see Hezekiah run out into the road, what do we say? What, John?
Run, Forrest.
Run. We say, don't do that. Why? Well, that's very judgmental on us. But we love him, except maybe John apparently. But we don't want him to get hit by a car. We recognize that, right? And what happens is that these two are pitted against each other, when in reality, if you don't have judgment, you're not really loving someone. And if you don't have love, you can't really judge someone. There is a judgment devoid of love, which just writes people off. You ever notice that people who claim there's no absolutes are very quick to absolutely rule out all Christianity? A Christian is not fit for public service. A Christian isn't fit to be a CEO of a tech company. A Christian can't have these values. Well, if there's no absolutes, why can you make such an absolute? Well, of course, they're disconnected from a consistency in their hatred for the things of the Lord. Now,